You mentioned yesterday defense needs work. How do you do that? What are the steps you want to see players take to work on their coverage in the zone?
And I probably should rephrase that. Team defense needs work. And our defensive group, there's been some really guys that have really stepped up and I think have performed really, really well. I just think our team defense, obviously, you give up 6 even strength goals in a game. That's way too many. So we got to recognize speed better. I thought Boston's speed gave us problems. I thought Boston College was able to get behind us frequently. So that's just identifying where the danger's coming from. Part of that, like I said, is the forwards' responsibility of tracking pucks better and making them do things quicker with the puck. So we'll work on it this week in practice. I don't want to dwell on the negative thing because there were a lot of positives in the weekend too, but that is certainly an area that we will focus on this week.
Brian.
What were some of the positives, Tony?
I don't know. We were in the back talking about all those goals that we scored. Some of those goals were you probably saw 3 highlight film goals in one weekend that you might wait a whole year to see goals like that. So that Cameron Hughes goal, which made #1, correct? Mm-hmm. #1 play of the day in Sports Center. That's pretty impressive. The Frederick tap-in goal, the Wagner goal from his knees. Offensively, and this is the thing that I've noticed most, and I've said it the most, is we have some really, really skilled players offensively that are exciting to watch, that are guys that are capable of making plays like that. So those were really positive. I thought both specialty teams, especially the PK this weekend, was really good. The power play was good in parts of it, not as consistent as it was the weekend before. And I liked our comeback in the third period where, we had 2 choices going in the third period. Either we were going to quit and wait for next week or we were going to battle and try and win the game. And when you're down 6-2 against a team like that, it didn't look very good. And we dug down and found a way to fight to get ourselves back in the game. We had 10 minutes to try and tie it. And I thought we played our hearts out through that. But the parts before that, I don't think the first 40 we were consistent enough. And when you're going to try to beat a team, they came in ranked 6th. If you're going to beat them, you got to play 60 minutes. You can't give them freebies, or you can't, be on your heels for portions of the game. And I think that's what happened early in that game.
Todd.
Turnovers are some of the risks that you take with being aggressive offensively. Did you see that yesterday, where guys were trying to make something a little bit? A little about nothing, and then.
And part of that was they came out. Obviously, they came out not happy with what happened Friday, and they got that first goal, which kind of was a bad goal to start a game. And you risk one from just inside the blue line. It goes through Maddie, and we didn't. The rest of that period, we were more on our heels than we were on the attack, and that's we're not going to be able to play that way. And I think that exposed us a lot. With players behind us, it exposed us with their speed attacking us and being able to get in behind us. So those are things that a good team like Boston College will do to you if you're not sharp, and we weren't sharp at the start.
Brian.
You've been around hockey a long time, and we saw Mattrusak be so very good on Friday. How do you help him bottle that type of play?
Yeah, you're right. He was great on Friday, and certainly not very good on Sunday. I think it's early in the season. I think it's a competitor that wants to do so well, and he looked like he did last week against Northern, where he really was fighting it, trying to make every save and not real settled in. So that position's hard, and he's still a young kid. He got the experience he did last year on a team that played real sit-back style defensive hockey where he got a lot of shots. This team's going to be a little different in front of him, so I think there's a little bit of adjustment on how we're playing as well for him to hopefully settle in and be more consistent. But we saw some great signs of him Friday and some not so great signs of him Sunday. But the positive was Jack came in and looked really comfortable and calm and poised for a freshman to step in that situation, and it gave us a really good look at him, and like I said, it really helped his confidence. So that was a really good thing.
In the back, Andy.
Tony, you've referenced the mindset of this team that you've inherited quite a bit here the first couple of weeks. How many of your guys do you think were surprised by what you were able to do against BC?
I'm hoping none, but I think you're probably right in saying that there were. I think our mindset has to be that the challenges that are in front of us are good ones because we're a good team. And that means when you beat BC on Friday, you got to expect to beat them on Saturday. I would say some of our players are probably happy that we got a split. I don't think as a coaching staff or as a program like the University of Wisconsin, we should be happy saying we got a split. And, yeah, that's a good team. But I think we can play with them. I think it's more of the mental part of it. We were in a position to win. All 4 of these games, we were in a position to win. That's a positive thing. Now it's challenging ourselves to be the team that when the game's on the line, give me the puck, I'm going to make the play. And I think the players have to understand that moment might be the first shift of the game. That might be the first power play. It's a 60-minute game, and those important plays could happen at any point during the game. And I don't think we played a good 60 minutes yesterday. I think we played lots of good minutes, but to beat teams and be the team we want to be, we have to understand that we can if we do things right for a 60-minute game. And you're not going to play perfect. The other team's going to make plays on you and score goals, and the ref's going to make a call that you might not agree with. But that doesn't matter. It's the next shift, the next play that could be the factor in the game. And I think that's where we got to mature as a team. I think we will. I think we've made pretty good strides in the first 2 weeks on changing a little bit of that approach and attitude. I think some of the performances you've seen individually have been, outstanding. And, hopefully we just each and every week we learn a little bit more about ourselves and become better because of it.
Todd?
Can you experiment at all this week using an exhibition at the end of the week? And you mentioned yesterday about lines, maybe trying a few different things. What's the plan for the week?
That's part of the plan right there. We're going to experiment a little bit. We're going to move the lines around a little bit. We're going to play some different people in different situations. It's a good practice week for us on implementing some things that we haven't been able to with being early in the season. But yes, we will. The lines won't be exactly the same when comes Friday night.